So I'm in the paddock with Chris Eggert at Warhope, Oxhill Organics. We've got a multi-species late summer crop. Right, you can see Chris standing there. There's a buggy hiding in there. Chris, can you tell us what's in it, mate?
We planted lab and cowpeas and just forage sorghum as the main type thing, but we also put in, I think we put a little bit of barley and wheat and stuff like that in there too, just to carry the biocast and for a bit of carbohydrate for the plant growing. Well, we planted it straight into a heavy rhodes grass paddock. You see the rhodes grass in here?
It's still in there.
It's quite heavy underneath, and underneath there's quite a bit of, there's like cooch and quike in it as well. But it was slow, but once it gets above that area, it takes off, and that slows the cooch and everything down. So when we graze it or we cut it, we'll just spin some ryegrass and clover and oats and stuff like that straight on the top here.
Yeah.
So
yeah. There's got to be 30 tonnes plus per hectare of matter in this.
And it's April.
Yeah. So input wise, you're organic, so that rules out most of people's go-tos of water soluble nitrogen and phosphorus. What have you done apart from seed inoculation? Have you done anything else in here, or has it sorted itself out?
I mean, I would have had compost throughout the last 12 months, but I didn't put any compost on it. When I planted it, it was really dry. I had a little bit of moisture, just enough to bring it up, I think, and it sat there for a while, and then we got some rain and it took off. But essentially, it's just feeding on the once it gets above the quike and the rhodes grass, it's feeding on that, and the cooch is feeding off their roots as they're like slowing down, I think.
Yeah. So
it's just feeding off the organic matter in the soil, really.
Yeah. It's well,
and heaps of worms in here and all that sort of stuff. So it's creating that nutrition. Yeah.
Absolutely, but there's also like it's feeding itself. It's feeding the soil, and the soil's feeding it back. It's an ecosystem unto itself.
Yeah. It's just also like this. You know, you can see there's no insect damage on the crop.
No, you couldn't.
Pretty clean.
Yeah.
There's a couple of holes here and there, but But in general, like this, you know, when you drive the buggy through it, there's insects get on the buggy and that, but there's not one or two insects. There's 10 or 15 different species.
Different kinds, yeah.
On there, like colours and shapes and whatnot. So
there's no deficiency. There's no wilting. Like we're in the sun and it's nearly 11 o'clock and it's not showing any wilting. The soil smells unreal. I call this a massive win.
I'll show you how much organic matter and how soft it is.
Yeah.
Just digging out with my hand. When we're conventional, there's no way. There's a worm there. Yeah. On the surface.
It's firm underfoot, like it's not squishy. Yeah, okay, yeah. And you got worm, you got a slater in there, you got so all this organic material being laid down as well. So it's
so you can you'd have no trouble putting like a lot of cattle in here like in a mob and grazing it.
Yeah, they won't. They're not going to pug it, are they?
They're not going to pug it, yeah. Or I can come in here and cut it, and the tractor tyres and that aren't going to do too much damage to it because I've got all this here still buffering it.
Yep. You got all those roots holding it together and apart as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So deep down it looks like, you just got, it's even like a little bit of nut grass and stuff in here too, but it's not a problem. It ends up feeding the crop if you're patient.
It's just another plant, right?
That's right. And 2 months old it is.
Yeah. That's a huge amount of mass in 2 months.
Like no like I say, no nitrogen or no fancy phosphorus or calciums or anything like that.
Yeah. So when you planted this, it was a bit dry, but you haven't irrigated or you've just relied on rainfall to get to this.
Yeah, just patience. Like you get worried and think nothing come up, it's not going to do any good.
And all of a sudden, look out, stand back.
And I guess this will grow more and more because it'll be feeding off the
cowpeas and lab scrambling up the stems. Yeah,
that snapped off.
yeah,
Look,
broken off. Yeah,
but you can see the
Oh,
they're nice and pink.
yeah. Got the nodules on it.
No nodules on it.
Yep.
So much to grow that.
No, not at all.
So this isn't that.
Yeah, but yeah, all that structure will still be in the ground even if you cut it or graze it or.
Off there when I picked it out.
Yeah.
Should have shoveled.
Yeah, yeah, that is bloody fantastic, mate.
That's pretty cool, eh?
Yeah.
So.
Happy cows.
Yeah, they like it.
Happy farmer.
Yeah. That's good if sometimes things work.